Well, you better move. Get the heck out of my. Oh, good day, good day. Oh, let me turn this off. That's our brother. I just found him myself recently. Dr. B Serious. DOCTAHBSIRIUS. Sonic Immersion 2. I like 3 also. But this one right here, it started playing after the last one. And it's just him. He's magnificent on the drums and stuff. And it's so calming and relaxing. So you've gotten through a whole lot. You've done a whole lot just listening. So I was actually still looking at these executive orders that I mentioned last night, and we'll go through them in a minute and stuff. Hopefully. I intend to. But, and then I got up this morning and I found the book that I was initially going to read for Midnight with the Ancestors. But then I did decide also it seems to be part 1 and a part 2. And that being the case, I would rather have both books. I would rather have both books so that I can read them one after the other. But yeah, so instead I decided to read Stamped from the Beginning. Yeah, the definitive history of racist ideas in America. That's what we're reading at Midnight with the Ancestors. At 12 a.m. we read the savage and the ravishness of our interactions, our dealings with our open enemies. But today we are reading POWERNOMICS still, and we're on chapter 6. I think we're on chapter 6. I'm trying to get to chapter 7. It's not that far. Yeah. I think I must have talked too much or something, so we didn't get to finish it, because these right here are some fairly long chapters here. But that's because we're doing so good. We almost at the end. And this might be a short day today, because I would like to start chapter 7 off. I don't want to have to interrupt chapter 7. Oh, look at that. Yeah, chapter 7 is fairly long. Yeah, I think I'll do that. And then we'll talk about the executive orders, considering if it don't take me so long with this right here. Capitalize and startup industries. Oh, and I'm Face the Nation. We on Bolden Unchained, and we look through a spiritual lens. spiritual lens of loyalty, resilience, and education. You know, we're here for Black America. I ain't said that part in a long time, haven't I? But maybe tonight we'll freshen it up and stuff. Who knows? So today we are resuming our lessons on POWERNOMICS. And I think I should start going to the website. You too. There's a POWERNOMICS website. POWERNOMICS.com. I believe that's what it is. And we've learned about the many monopolies against our people. We've learned about the three major impediments: maldistribution of the wealth, our inappropriate behaviors, our inappropriate behaviors, and our lack of a national plan. We've learned about coalition building and avoiding blackness. We've learned about ethno aggregation and vertical integration, how we can have how we can utilize his national plan, Dr. Claud Anderson's national plan, to empower us as a people collectively, at once, sincerely. No lies, no strings, no manipulation, no infiltration, just us caring for us, looking out for us. This is marvelous. It's in a book. One of the keys is in a book. All of these blueprints are left to us for a reason. The Black Panther Party left us their blueprint for self-defense. They left us their blueprint for self-defense. And we ain't got it. We ain't got it. We ain't used it. Now you this close to robots rolling up on your ass. Black America. They coming. They already here in some places. The defund the police campaign, that trend, I was on it too. I thought it was really sincere and was going to lead to solutions like us being able to patrol our own communities. But no one had any thoughts about that or anything. No one even probably didn't even want to discuss it. Us utilizing our defense plan that the Black Panther Party left us. That's all these are, blueprints for us. And everybody took them. Your allies took them. You kept them. And you hid them from us. You made sure, march after march, protest after protest, meeting after motherfucking meeting, you made sure didn't nobody up in the midst bring up, hey, how come we ain't patrolling our own communities? How come we ain't got our own community center back? Now look. But yeah, it's all coming out now. Everything is coming out right now. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves. You ought to be ashamed of your goddamn self. All these executive orders coming down on Black America like a ton of bricks, and everybody else throwing rocks at us. And y'all done sit here and hemmed us up. Well, we ain't got no choice. We ain't got no nothing. We ain't got many options. We ain't got many options because y'all done sit there and sacrificed us and forsaked us. Yeah, it's all coming together now. Your coalition buildings, you shouldn't go out there and get none of our motherfucking signatures for nobody else. Establishments, nobody else, organizations and non-profits. If them motherfuckers ain't putting us first now, if they ain't putting us first now, you shouldn't go out there getting no more of our signatures for their asses. You sure should. You take all your knowledge and your skill, my sister, my brother, and you help us get our own establishments going. That's what you can do for us. And we appreciate you. We sure do. You know, sister, you've been seeing sister out there ever since you've been running with your camera, brother. You've been seeing sister out there. Let sister know. Hey, sister, you ain't got to come over here and keep doing this for here. Let me help you get your nonprofit going. Let me help you get your setup going, your empire going. Because, see, a lot of us out there got the heart and the sincerity to do what's right by our people, to do what's right by our people. And y'all done sit there and aligned us, aligned them with the skills and the knowledge and the degrees. They got the experience. They got everything. And y'all asses done align them with the motherfucking snakes. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You sure ought to. From hither to thither, your ass ought to be ashamed of yourself for what you've done. I call judgment. I call judgment. Spirit come through. But I digress though. I'm just one. Capitalizing startup industries. The United States government. Oh shit, I forgot. The copyright disclaimer. You know I like to read it. Just to get it out the way and stuff. Copyright disclaimer under 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use of the use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Capitalizing startup industries. The United States government enacted public policies and used its resources as incentives to relocate businesses out of inner cities across America. The government can now enact new public policies and use similar resources to relocate industries back into Black urban communities. Black America suffers from a lack of access to capital, both as a resource that can be used to manufacture or produce other things, and as a pool of surplus wealth that can be used to finance business ventures. To industrialize Black communities, capital in all of its various forms will be needed. Unfortunately, very few Black Americans possess or have access to capital. Consequently, the challenge we face is how to creatively find and aggregate capital to invest in our communities' industrial infrastructure. To build an industrial infrastructure across Black America, we will need two kinds of capital: debt and equity. In debt capital, we borrow cash, paying the borrowed amount back with interest. Black Americans experience difficulty in securing debt capital from traditional lenders for many reasons, including poor credit worthiness and lack of collateral. Impoverished people are labeled impoverished essentially because they lack capital and collateral. Unlike debt capital, equity capital is cash that investors bring to the table in exchange for some form of ownership interest in a business, or in this particular instance, in an industry. In return for the equity, the investor expects a percentage of profits, dividends, and possibly capital gains in return for the equity. Money is exchanged for equity and interest in businesses and industries throughout various kinds of public, private, and institutional capital sources. The material presented in the following section of this book presents a variety of ways to invest in Black America's empowerment. The capital requirements for industries will vary with each industry and business. Some will require large amounts of capital, especially if the investment entities are vertically integrated into Black communities across the nation. Others will require smaller infusions of capital and can be secured by loans from traditional lenders, family and friends, or investment pools. The greatest depository of wealth or capital is the Wall Street stock markets. So let's first look at how that resource can be used for capital formation. Ooh, Wall Street stock markets. And you know, our brothers out there teaching about the stocks too. We got a couple of brothers that are out there teaching about stocks and stuff. I get up some of their names, I give them to you and stuff, you know, but for those of you that's got the resources, the cash, you can go ahead and start your investments and stuff like that. For those of us that don't, and so, you know, we have to stay with more realistic means of getting in on this stock market transfer, because it's going to be like $20 million, I believe, or is it $20 billion wealth transfer happening now, happening right now, Black America. So yeah, that's why we all should be trying to get in on it and stuff. I don't care if you ain't doing nothing but cleaning out your refrigerator. Honey, you clean good and thorough. Honey, go on and do your video and upload how you be cleaning and stuff. Anything. When I tell you I saw that video, honey, and people were literally just crumbling up paper. And folks was listening to it. And I was like, darn, I got a little cat toy around here somewhere. It's a little shiny thing. And when he played with it, it make little noises and stuff. It's called ASMR, ASMR. What? Go figure, yeah. But it's all part of this wealth transfer. It's another means to get it, you know, different than stocks, but it's a means to do it and stuff. So let's read. Wall Street and the stock market. Like reading, finances is another high anxious point. It's a trigger. Finances, learning about finances, budgeting finances, sharing and giving and helping with finances and stuff. It's a trigger for a lot of us because it's like, you know, right there, but it's always beyond our reach, our scope and stuff. Well, good day, Sensei. It's so good to see you. Good day in gratitude. Yeah, I'm really trying to get to chapter 7 in POWERNOMICS because I will help my people with the fight for reparations. With our fight for reparations, it was here long before we was even born. So yeah, it is my duty to help my people with whatever struggles we got out there, even if it's just to find out where it's at and how we doing this and just sit in and have my presence and my participation counted. Then yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do for my people stuff. Because y'all, I'm telling you, with this new world order, this new currency, as soon as this cashless society hit 95%, 97%, 99%, 100% cashless, they're going to let you know, Black America, that once they get pretty close to it, they'll probably let you know. Y'all can stop this demand for reparations because this is a new currency. This is a new means of living, of trading, of buying and selling. It ain't got nothing to do with the debt that we never paid y'all black asses. So you can get over it. You better somebody let them know. They already up there in the seat where somebody can just pull a halt on everything. Don't burn no more money. Don't melt no more coins. We got the paperwork right here, right now. Rush it on down to them and let them see this. This is immediate. Immediate. Cut that check and give Black America what you own. You already done hemmed us up between a rock, a hard place, and now some damn robots. Do the right thing. Do the right motherfucking thing. Judgment gonna come back and gonna wash out everybody. It's gonna, yep, you better do the right thing. That's all I got to say. Black America, you better get out the way. You better get your ass out the way. Quit trying to save everybody like our brother did. Was at a pub. Our brother was at a pub, probably by himself. And this white man kept being into it with other white people. I mean, he just causing trouble with everybody. So brother get up and go get in the middle of it. Break it up. He break it up. The two white men shake hands, give each other some love and stuff, and everybody go on and sit back down and stuff. Then the man get into it with somebody else in the same pub. This through the night, I guess he kept his ass there because at one time it said it was like 1 a.m. Then it said it was like, you know, I imagine it was like 2 a.m. and 1:30 and 1:45. It's getting on up into the morning. His ass should have been got up and left. Because see, Black America, you can't keep ignoring that instinct. It might be fleeting, but you do feel it when you be like, damn, I'm by myself. Shit, man. Sister left? Damn, when bro and them leave? Man, everybody cleared out of this motherfucker. That's when you got to get up and go. You ain't supposed to just stay there and be like, I'm among friends. And y'all rehashing old times and stuff like that. Because it could be anybody in that group that don't like you like that. I'm just saying, for me, the way I look at things now, Black America. So what happened was the guy got into it with somebody else. So brother got in the middle of that and broke it up. The third thing that happened when he was leaving, they put the man out. They put the troublemaker out. Now this is what happened. When the troublemaker was leaving, honey, I ain't lying, it was on Taylor House Publishing. Yeah, brother was telling about it. I think that brother was telling about it. And when he was leaving, he was threatening everybody. He told them all, y'all some dead motherfuckers. But his ass was talking to that black man. He was talking to our brother. He said it to everybody, but he was talking to our brother. Now, what happened was when he was walking out the door, he was calling out racial slurs. That furthermore lets you know he was talking to our brother. Now, when brother was leaving, why come the man called him to his car? He went over to see what the motherfucker want, and the man shot him in the chest. The man shot his ass in the chest and done killed him. Because his ass out trying to save white folk. Far as he know, there could have been a whole setup as far as y'all black asses know, because your ass don't think about a goddamn thing. You don't run your motherfucking ass up and help sister, Muslim sister, when you see white folk picking with them. Yeah, I pull your hijab off. Yeah, why you not speaking English? Why y'all like that? What is that I smell? Carrie? Your ass don't do shit about them. You don't do nothing about them to help your sister right there. But you up. You better not mess with nothing on my garden. But you up trying to save white folks. Stop it. Stop it, Black America. I'm not saying don't help people and stuff, but pick your battles. Pick your battles. Because it seemed to me like there was a whole motherfucking setup. Everybody was in on the goddamn shit. And everybody knew. When that man left out there saying y'all some dead motherfuckers and stuff and saying nigger, I'm waiting on you. You gonna get it, nigger. Whatever the fuck he was saying, everybody knew. They should have went out there and been like, man, look, no, that's too much, man. Now, we don't know if you just saying this or if you still finna carry this on, but ain't no sincerity with us. Stop all this trusting and going out to be the saviors and stuff of everybody but your own people, Black America. Because white America is living vicariously through what their people are doing to your people. I know you don't want to hear it. I know you don't want to hear it. I don't want to say it either. But I ain't here to lie to you and make you think that everything is okay. Life as we know it is over. You can fight for yourself, for your rights, for your sanity. One of the executive orders is talking about restoring truth and sanity to American history. You mean this American history? This American history? Truth. We getting to the truth. And we don't need no executive order to do it. We don't need his executive order to do it, honey. We finna restore truth and sanity to Black America. Sure wills. Cause fucking with white America, your ass is getting insane. You're losing your mind. You this close to your mind turning to mush. You see how our masses is just restless out here. Restless. Even the ones that ain't on hard drugs, that ain't on medications and pills and shit, that ain't caught up in religion, you know, let me get his ass off of my garden. Because if anything bend over, I'm going to whoop some ass. If any leaf bend to the side, I'm going to get this hanging off. Get your ass in there and sit down. I know that's right. Get your ass in there and sit down. I'm finally getting something to grow. Honey, y'all ought to see my carrot. Honey, carrot is that tall over the rim, baby. Yes, because you know I've been sitting here stressing about why my garden ain't growing. She ain't getting enough sunlight, but honey, she growing that. Thank you, ancestors. Keep on with it. Don't give up. Do not give up, honey. Go. You will be so happy when you go get them seeds and soil and your fertilizer. Get you some plant food and stuff like that. Get you some perlite and stuff, honey, and grow your garden. And you got sunlight right there, honey. In a couple of weeks, honey, you're gonna be pruning. Then you're gonna be having your harvest and stuff. I'm just saying, it's an exciting time to be alive. It is. But all of this, yep, I got off track and stuff, and I, can't say enough. Let me get through with this right here, because we got to go over these executive orders, y'all. Yep. The United States government, is that where I'm at? Let me see here. Okay, we're on Wall Street and stock market. As mentioned briefly in Chapter 5, the stock market can be an excellent source of capital for our industries. Today, there are a few individual publicly traded Black-owned companies. Oh, yep, I did just see mine. Let me finish it first, because I'll find them. Since we're talking about it, yeah, it's complex, but it's so worthy, y'all. It's so worthy. Let's get through this right here. Today, there are a few individual publicly traded Black-owned companies, but an offering can be structured to use the stock market as a national mechanism to attract and aggregate capital to fund Black business initiatives, such as specially selected vertical industries. An offering of this type would be a potent way to apply capital formation activities to the POWERNOMICS principles of ethno-aggregation and vertical integration. A Wall Street investment structure would give Blacks an opportunity to keep our limited capital inside the race, where it can be used to build a base of wealth for Black people as a group and individually. Blacks will be able to aggregate their money for the purpose of strengthening our race economically. This investment mechanism can be used to create a capital infrastructure of investment banks, bond and stock markets, trading companies, brokerage firms, and investment advisors. It also offers a grand opportunity to those supportive individuals of other races that want to take part in reversing the circumstances of Black America. The few Black-owned publicly traded companies currently listed on Wall Street are designed for the traditional purpose of attracting capital that can be used to expand and operate those individual companies. It would be a new financial concept to use Wall Street to pool Black, white, and other dollars for the economic development of Black America. Oh, it would be a new financial concept to use Wall Street to pull Black dollars, white dollars, and other dollars for the economic development of Black America. Now, why it seems to me like this is saying other people will willingly allow white and other and their dollars. But however, once you get in there and stuff, that's where everybody's dollars is at. So fair game is fair game, right? That's what it means. Yeah. As long as we get in there and stuff, hey, them dollars can be ours too. There are barriers to using Wall Street as a way to aggregate funds. Wall Street is highly regulated by the Securities Exchange Commission, the SEC. Preparing an initial public offering, an IPO, is expensive. It's complex and very time-consuming. Filing an application involves specialized legal counseling, accounting, and filing fees that could cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. At the same time, though, additional money, effort, and time are required to structure a sound, well-run vertical industry. But on the positive side, SEC approval to raise capital from the general public would create a financial resource few Black people have ever had. So it gives us a chance to get in, like fan base that I was telling you about. If you got $400, $3.99, go invest in fan base. Get your 60 shares of fan base, baby. Go get your 60 shares of fan base. I want to do it by myself. But if I got to, I'll ask somebody, can we do it together? But please, be sincere. Be sincere now. Don't take my money and use it. Now, not the time to be testing with people, playing with people, money, emotions, people, children, and livelihoods and stuff. Not now is not the time. So that causes me some pause and hesitation as I use discernment. But if you do got the money, go invest in fan base. 60 shares. 60 shares. Once they run out of investment spots, it won't be no more. Those of us like me and you that's down here will miss this opportunity. It's quite a few still spots left, but they going. So if you can and stuff, go invest in fan base. It's black owned. It's by us. It's for us. Isaac Hayes III. He said bravery is not just what to say. I wrote it down so I can keep it right here. And there. Brave is not the absence of fear, but the ability to overcome it. You can get rid of your fears and stuff just by ignoring them. Going on with your life and stuff. They still there. You got to overcome it. You got to overcome your fears and stuff to be brave. I mean, yeah, it's deep. We never learned these things. I never learned these things in school. So, yep. Once they get enough capital and stuff, then it won't be as beneficial like that to you, Black America. But even if you can't, get that $3.99, we got options to save up to it. Add these options to your already options. You already braiding hair on the weekends and stuff. Maybe you giving up your nails and stuff. They done grew out your fingernails, so you doing your own nails yourself, And I was saying, if you got cash out, hey, go ahead and all of your savings from like when you swipe your card and you swipe $75 and they give you $5 back, send that $5 to your savings. And them few dollars in your savings and stuff, it'll add up. I'm just saying, for me. It is hard to conceptualize the magnitude of funds that could be aggregated through a Wall Street offering. Let's propose a hypothetical example. If every one of this nation's 36 million Black people invested $365 or $1 a day for a year in an offering, it would produce a capital pool of more than $13 billion, greater than the gross revenue of all the Black businesses in America. For real. And this could be a little more now because we 20 years late. But if every one of this nation's 36 million Black people, me and you, everybody, all of us, if we invest, you got the money, I'm going to go and invest my $365 right now because, I got it right there. But then some of us, I'm going to have to just invest $1 a day. Invest $1 a day. And we got it set up because there's so many of us, 36 million people. It might be 30 different slots. And, you just go to either one of them and stuff. And once this slot is filled and stuff, it's taken away and stuff, and it's stored in the vault. That's how it is and stuff. And every day, we put that dollar off in there, honey, baby child. At the end of that year, imagine 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Now imagine we don't touch that money for 5 years. 5 years. All right, I digress. Let's read it. Just imagine how many Black businesses could be started from a capital investment pool of that size. In 5 years, everybody step up with their business plan. Everybody got their business models. Everybody got their land scoped out, got their plot and their plan ready. And that's what we go to. And everybody, all right, then you proved your point. You got your documentations and you got all your ducks in a row. You got everything lined up. You got your trees planted. Yep, then here you are, my brother. And you go ahead and you start your baby. We need to do it. We can do it, y'all. I know we can. Because all the ideas and inventions you got in you, honey, even our little bitty babies. No, mama, you know I've been talking about this since I was like 9 years old. You know I've been working on this. Yeah, even they can get in for our little babies, our youth. They gonna have little slots. Because wasn't it Edmund Albius? Edmund Albius, who revolutionized vanilla. Sure did, honey. I just learned it myself. Because I had heard years ago that we couldn't even eat vanilla ice cream. You better eat it behind that tree or eat it at home. We couldn't buy it in public. We had to go around the back door when we was allowed to buy vanilla ice cream. However, it was a black man that revolutionized vanilla. Because vanilla, it only bloomed one time a year in like Mexico, I think it was. I just learned and did a little research on it myself. And somebody corrected me and stuff. That's why I'm really remembering it and stuff, because I seen the correction and stuff. And what happened was Edmund Albius, I think he was 12 years old, 9 or 12 years old, I think. He found a way to take the vanilla flower petals and by hand and pollinate them together. Because the flower only bloomed, once a year in Mexico, so vanilla was expensive. It was hard to get. Black people sure couldn't get no vanilla. And white folks had a hard time coming by, but they could get it though. So once he did that and stuff, it revolutionized vanilla almost overnight. Yep, almost overnight, honey. His name was Edmund Albius. But I digress. All of these things right here, you so magnificent black people. I'm so glad and proud to be a part of y'all. Yes, honey. In perspective. For perspective. Consider that according to Broadcasting Magazine, Radio 1, the largest black owner of radio stations, has approximately 52 radio stations with an approximate value of $2 billion. Other capital formation mechanisms, such as private placements, involve a limited number of investors, which would restrict the number of black businesses we could capitalize. An IPO, on the other hand, would allow every black American who chose to do so to invest and have a piece of the rock, baby. Not a piece of the pie no more. Get all that shit out of our way. We getting a piece of the rock, baby. For you know it, honey, we got the whole rock, baby. Yes. When nearly 100% of the corporations listed on the stock market and the investors are all white people, money invested in Wall Street might help an individual or his family, but it does not translate to helping black communities or black people. It is important, therefore, to note the difference in the purpose and effect of a stock offering like the one described above and the everyday Wall Street stock offering. The offering above would provide black people an opportunity to join with their own people and establish a capital pool that could be used to build competitive black-owned industries within black communities. It would also offer a vehicle to others who might wish to support such an effort. White people, y'all can support us if your heart really in it. If your heart is really in it, you can support us. You can't infiltrate and be a part of it, but you can support us because it's too many of y'all that can't be trusted. So we're going to have to keep it the same. We're going to have to keep it the same. You can help where your heart tells you to help, but you can't be a part of this. This us building up for us now. You cannot. What? Let me see here. Oh, no, you didn't bring your motherfucking ass. Hey there, Dr. Chiefus. You know what? I lost the book. I'm reading something else at nighttime. I lost the book. But then I think this got 2 parts to it. So if it do, I want to go get part 1 and read them together like that. But thank you. Because I'm like, where's my book at? But I found it. I was reading it in there. Reading the back of it and stuff. I haven't read it though. But I perused it just a little bit. But yeah, I know. There you gonna bring your motherfucking ass back here. You never show support on my channel. I don't know why the fuck you on my channel, Kathy. Why you brought your motherfucking ass back over here? Cause your ass been thinking about me. Your sorry ass been thinking about me. Been thinking about black folk. What is black folk doing? Oh, I just got to get a little attention and shit. Take your ass somewhere where you need it. Go help white folks, Kathy. Go help white folks if you need something to do. This right here is, you need to break this among you and your people. These racist ideals and stuff, your lifestyle, it's all been a lie. Y'all is some motherfucking murderers, Kathy. You got work to do with your own people. That's where you need to be at. Go out there and you can help in them fields. You can go out there and help y'all, your nephews, your daddy, granddaddy, uncles, cousins, all of your inhumane sons that you got out there that's blowing up churches and doing mass shootings. Do you know how many mass shootings have been prevented by your sons, by your snakes, Kathy? Huh? Damian Allen, remember that man that was pretending like he was a goddamn sheriff? Oh, honey, he had all of the uniforms. He had the police uniform, the deputy uniform, the shirt. He had all of the uniform. He had like 12 to 18,000, some crazy number ammunition. This man had everything. He had a damn vehicle. A vehicle, imposter vehicle, riding around like he was the police. It's so many, y'all. Then what's this next one? Hannah. Michael Hannah. What's his first name? Is it Shane Michael Hannah? Something like that. Talking about killing 30,000 black people in Cincinnati because white folks done slapped a vulnerable, loved black man in the face. And black people beat their ass down. So his ass is upset about it and want to kill 30,000 black people that don't even know him. Don't even know what's going on. Because, see, a lot of us don't even pay attention to y'all crazy motherfucking asses. They have no idea. And this man is actually plotting. So, Kathy, that's what you come from. You got work to do among your own people. I don't know why you're here. You better take your ass on and stuff. You better take your ass on. Quit thinking about me. I don't need your thoughts. I don't need not nail one of your thoughts. Khalid Muhammad, get her ass. Get on Kathy Quay's ass, Khalid. Better keep your eyes open, Kathy. Yeah. Oh, I know that's right. Who is this? Yep. I ain't being racist. I'm just telling the truth. Sure ain't. I'm suspicious anyway. I'm not racist because if I was, my first and foremost and final proposition would be white folks get the fuck up out of America. Get your ass and your tail up out of America right now. I don't care if you did cut it off. You still got it. It'll grow back. Get your ass and your tail out of America. So no, I'm not racist. I'm just very suspicious. I'm very suspicious of y'all white people, Kathy. Yep, that's it and that's all. You can't say I'm racist. I ain't got the power. If I did, honey, I already told you what I would do. Yep, what I would do, Sabrina too. Sabrina ain't harm nobody. Sabrina, let Sabrina stay face. Sabrina ain't harm nobody. Sabrina got to take her ass over there too. Sabrina belongs with her own. Let her go over there and find the high Brayton. That's her own. But with us, we don't need no high Brayton Sabrina or high Brayton Ken and Becky among our people no more. We don't need that. You can take your ass over there with your people and vibrate high. Heal your people. Okay? You can send some donations if you want to. But other than that, we done with all of that. Yeah. And thank y'all so much because I can't stand Kathy. I don't know why she got her ass here. I don't know why she thinking about me. None of them that come here because they already know how I feel. They know exactly how I feel about them, about their people. The only thing I can do, my mama being a God-fearing woman. My mama was. Yeah, my mama believed in God and Jesus. All of that. But it's to live and let live. That's all I can do. Is live and let live. I don't wish them no harm in them, but get the fuck up out of America if you could. If I could put that down, I would. But other than that, I can't. So just leave me alone, leave my people alone, and go fix your people. You got some work to do, Kathy. All of y'all do. So yeah. Thank y'all so much for having my back, though, because I'm not being racist, honey. I'm very motherfucking suspicious. And this is why, y'all. I didn't know about none of this. I didn't know Kathy mentality. I didn't know they made a fool and a dummy out of my mama, my grandmama, my granddaddy, my daddy, my people, our people, your grandmama too? No, I don't forgive it. See, I don't forgive it. I'm not religious. That's why I'm going to lose some of y'all, and that's okay. Because you didn't know. But you should know. I'm not religious. Not no more. It's been like over a decade now. I think since Trayvon Martin, when I started realizing that, no, I don't want to be religious with these people. But I didn't even know the scope that I was under with their religious forgiving and forgetting and stuff. I didn't know about Willie Brown. I didn't know about John Hartfield. I didn't know about none of them. Joe Ruffin, his sons, Richard Coleman. I didn't know about any of us. So once I did start learning, I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. I'm not going to heaven with y'all because I'm not spending my ever after with white people. Face not. I'm going to the ever after. I'm going to the afterlife, the 12th of never, baby. Like Earth, Wind, and Fire said. That's where I'm going. I'm going to spend my forever after free. I ain't going to have to worry about white people. I ain't going to have to look at white people. I ain't going to have to feel their vibration and shit nowhere around me. Not my ever after. I'm not spending it with them. I'm not. I don't think there's no justice in heaven for Willie Brown. Where's the justice in heaven for any of them? Isaac McGee, right here in Minnesota, was lynched. All three of them, right over there in Duluth, Minnesota. Where's the justice for them? Isaac McGee, begging God, begging Jesus to don't let them do this to me. Don't let them cut off my fingers and my toes. No more. Stop them. Nothing ever happened. Nothing. Mary Turner, hunt down 8 months pregnant, her baby, unborn baby, cut out of her stomach. You don't think Mary called on God? You don't think Mary called on Jesus? Not my baby. Not my baby, Lord, not my baby. Nobody ever came. So no, I don't think it's no justice in heaven either. I don't. Where? Because you ain't got no physical body, because you don't remember the pain and the torture that your people went through. God remember, don't he? Jesus remember, don't he? Don't they remember what you went through as a human being on planet Earth? So where your justice at? Y'all up there together. Emmett Till, 14-year-old Emmett Till. Carolyn Bryant in heaven now. She died of cancer. Her husband, her brother-in-law in heaven now. They died, lived a long life. Got to enjoy the fruits of their labor and pretend like they ain't done nothing. They ain't cost that young black man his life, 14 years old. Had never even experienced the love of black love yet. Just the love of his mama, his daddy, his people. Yeah, and y'all did that to him and stuff. So where is the justice for Emmett at in heaven? Oh, yeah, Carolyn died of cancer. Yeah, it was a horrific death, dying of cancer because it ravages your body. But she repented to God. Her forgiveness. She didn't repent to Mamie, to black people, to Emmett, not publicly. And if she did it privately, that shit don't count. That shit don't count. But my mama always taught us, yeah, when you do wrong and stuff you saying, you got to repent. Don't ever do the same or similar again. And you ask God forgiveness. God will forgive you anything. But if you commit suicide, now you start always, why you don't forgive suicide if you don't want to be here no more? But then I guess it's because, you don't question God, though. So I said, I guess it's because he wanted to be able to decide when you leave this realm. But if that's the case, where the fuck do Killer Fauci come in at? Huh? and smell gates, where they come in at determining who get to live and die. I'm just trying to figure out where is the justice for my people in heaven. Where is the justice for my people in heaven? Okay, so it ain't no hunger in heaven. It ain't no hurt and pain in heaven. Ain't no depression and sadness in heaven. Ain't no justice in heaven either. And then when we read Robert Sandler, the Emancipation of Robert Sandler, the white woman told Robert that if it is, little bitty old Robert, just a child, told Robert if it is white, black people in heaven, they slaves to white people. So why come your ass can't be a slave in heaven? You a slave to them on earth. You serving them on earth. When you get to heaven, you think white folks gonna automatically be pro-life? You ain't even got a body no more. They got a new way to enslave your ass and to oppress your ass. In heaven, it's their vision, ain't it? It's their vision. You just got to start thinking about it, Black Americans. Because people like Kathy, honey, they like that for a reason. They are like that for a reason. But yeah, I don't even feel like cussing her ass out and stuff. I really don't. Talk about the failure of the black heterosexual man. Fucking with white folks. Fucking with white folks done ruined a mass number of my people. The masses is near insanity. Fucking with white people. It's true. It's true. When Neely Fuller said that white folks, gonna have the black man in dresses in 30 years, Dr. Frances Cress Wilson told me. I learned it from her. Yep. Now Neely Fuller on all the channels and stuff. But he said that they were gonna have the black man in dresses in 30 years. Now look, every last one of their ass, damn near all of them, I say maybe 6 out of 10, ready to put on a dress. They are fingering which dress they gonna wear, and I want the one with the sequins. Oh no, give me the ruffles. Yeah. So yeah, dealing with white folks. Y'all motherfuckers is some conniving ass, manipulative, inhumane, cannibalistic ass motherfuckers. And I can't wait till Mother Gaia purge y'all asses off of this planet. It's what's happening now. I call judgment on you. For this, baby, I call judgment on y'all. I'm not going to stop Mother Gaia from doing what she must do. I pull out Willie Brown on your ass. I sure will. For this right here, 100 years of lynching. When I get the rest of the books, what else is we finna find out? What is this book stamped from the beginning finna teach us about y'all asses? Just like Kathy. This mentality. See, the whole world, this whole country, in fact, is under white folks' mentality. Everybody thinking like white folks. Everybody got white folks' mentality about black people. Sure do. That's white folks' only contribution. And it ain't pro-life either. Ain't nothing pro-life they done ever invented. Not even the white baby they gave birth to. Them babies ain't pro-life. Shit, we read about it in the book. They were her property. Liza Anna Werbell, 3 years old. Little motherfucker told her daddy to cut off her slave nanny ears. That's their greatest contribution. Now I ask you, where is anything pro-life in that mentality? That mentality still out there. Yeah, you know some garden snakes. I know some garden snakes too. But hell, snakes procreate with snakes. Ain't nobody said that if that boy go and procreate, take over that garden snake, it can't happen. Hell, the garden snake probably die having that big ass egg, but it'll be a new species. A snake is a snake. And we got to see it as it really is. And I know some folk gonna tell me what face is all about the vibrating and stuff, and that's true. But they asses need to goddamn it go over there and vibrate. See, because you done had your opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to vibrate higher for the benefit of Black America. Now we ain't got no more time to take, to sacrifice, to forfeit, to wait, to work with white America no more. We got to do these things on our own. And this book right here said no infiltration. So other folks can't motherfucking come in and help with this. If you can't find your position and help with the empowerment of Black America, then you need to set your ass down and shut the fuck up. Because you can't even find nowhere to fit in and help Black America. So you know goddamn well you ain't finna come around talking about where Kathy ass can fit in at. I'm just saying, somebody gotta let y'all asses know now. We ain't white. You trying to be Caucasian, ain't you? Still trying to be Caucasian. I just found out them BBLs gonna bust on y'all asses. Y'all didn't know that as the as this climate is changing and stuff, all of that shit in y'all asses, it can explode. Hell, I just found out this morning. And you know, I ain't getting nothing fake on me, honey. Sure ain't. But didn't nobody ask, what can these chemicals do? What is all these chemicals? Can it get hot? Can I take a hot bath? You don't want to take a hot spiritual bath with the steam coming up. Is it going to do anything to the chemicals in this big ass I done let you fill up on me? Because you probably can manipulate that water in the bathtub, but cosmic energy is heating up. The planet is going through changes. Oh, my ancestors. What about the heavy metals in the planet and stuff? Oh, I don't know, y'all, but Brother BD said that them asses can explode. Y'all better go get that shit taken out of y'all. Honey, you ain't got the money to go get that BBL taken out of you. Go to your church. Tell your pastor you want a refund on all of your tithes. And he gonna tell you he ain't even got it right now because it's gone. Well, tell him give you a couple of them vehicles. They got it in the book, in the back, because they keep up with all that stuff. Go get that shit out of your ass and stuff. Yeah, honey, you better go back to Sweet Petite. I'm just motherfucking saying. But let's read, because this right here is too much for me. It's so much. But when nearly 100% of the corporations listed on the stock market and the investors are all white, money invested in Wall Street might help an individual or his family, but it does not translate to helping Black communities. It is important, therefore, to note the difference in the purpose and effect of a stock offering like the one described above and the everyday Wall Street stock offering. The offering above would provide Black people an opportunity to join with their own people and establish a capital pool that can be used to build competitive Black-owned industries within Black communities. It would also offer a vehicle to others who might wish to support such an effort. So, you know, people can support, but they can't join. The criteria for developing key industries. The industries suggested below exploit Black America's strong competitive advantages of population, consumer dominance, cultural niches, and patterns, as well as ownership and control of raw resources. Nearly all of these suggested industries and standalone businesses meet basic competitive advantage criteria. So they are amenable to become vertically integrated, and they can be located within most urban Black communities. Some are not full industries, but substantial segments of an industry. Using competitive strategies allows Black business people to capitalize on these advantages and construct self-supportive, independent, and competitive industries. Black Business Investment Corporation, the BBIC. When our industrial infrastructure has been established, it will profit from having a national organization that functions like a Black Business Investment Corporation. Ooh. It will profit from having a national organization that functions like when our industrial infrastructure has been established, it will profit from having a national organization that functions like a Black Business Investment Corporation. The BBIC should be made up of representatives from major Black industries, local Black elected officials, educators, civic groups, and ministers. The role of the BBIC is to, number one, establish and link a national network of Black industries in urban areas. Number two, craft and administer industrial policies of Black self-empowerment. Number 3, amass private and public funds for industrial growth. And number 4, coordinate linkages between industries, schools, churches, and other community-based organizations. And number 5, function as the chief lobbying and political arm of Black business communities. And last but not least, number 6, aid to industries that incubate and commercialize new technology. Woo-wee! We'll have to knock them down one by one. But I done took too much time talking, so I'll mark them and come back to them. To stimulate sales opportunities as well as provide maximum business opportunities, local BBICs can be established to operate as liaisons between the Black industries and Black churches, Black traditional lenders, Black families, Black investment clubs, and Black government agencies. Working collaboratively, national and local organizations can help rebuild and maintain a positive economic environment within Black communities. This is awesome here. And knowing that we 20 years late, I'm beginning to wonder, how is all of these executive orders and all of these rollbacks going to affect us building forward now? I mean, it's not going to stop nothing. It never has and it never will. But say like, what was I thinking on this stuff? The medical community, our medical scholars and doctors and think tanks, our medical minds and stuff, for them to open up and to use the ethno aggregation and the vertical integration on a medical level. However, there's an executive order that says if you even mention racism, you stripped of all your funds. You stripped of your funds, your grants, your research projects and stuff. They stripping it all away. So I have been wondering, how's all of that tying into this now? Oh, I sure forgot to plug up my laptop. So where it might be where we would invest $1 a day, we might have to invest $2 a day or $3 a day, what have you. Your asses shouldn't have never trusted white America like you did. But my charge is over there somewhere. So let's just read as much as we can. And tomorrow I'm definitely going to finish chapter 6. The role of the BBIC, we got the 6 reasons out the way, and they're right there. Industrial models for Black America. Let's discuss some industries that Black America can develop within our own communities based upon the competitive advantage criteria presented earlier. Ideally, we do want to own and control every level of an industry through the application of our vertical integration concept, not white folks. Realistically, this may not always be possible. However, if we use our competitive advantages, we can at least take control of major aspects of targeted industries. In addition to ownership and control, remember that all of our industries must be constructed in or relocated into Black communities. The finished products can be made in one Black community and shipped to other Black communities through a national distribution network. Regardless of the industry, we will need a system of Black distributors, Black wholesalers, and Black retailers to deliver products to regional and national markets. A Black-owned national distribution system is currently in development. Ooh, we honey, baby child. And that's like I was saying, remember Black Wall Street, Tulsa, and Greenwood, and Rosewood, and Wilmington, and all of the Black neighborhoods, Black communities, Black Wall Streets. When they needed materials, supplies, reinforcements, they sent to the next Black community and got those supplies, resources. See, when they needed to take the money to the banks and stuff, after 11 days, we held $1 for 11 days, baby. Might have been 17, but we'll just say 11 days and stuff. But that's how they did. That's what he's talking about. We need our own manufacturers. We need our own distributors. We need our own wholesalers and retailers. And it's currently in development. Each of the suggested vertical industries has been broken down into levels that could generate spin-off supportive businesses. The various levels should interlock to become a complementary vertical industry. Interlocking from top to bottom gives the targeted industry its greatest competitive advantage. The schematic chart presented for the leather industry is a graphic view of linked vertical levels. See Figure 16. The schematic gives you another way to view vertical integration and the economic potential of an industry. It is not possible to do a schematic for each industry presented here, but the leather industry is a good example to use of a schematic as a tool to see the relationship between businesses in a vertical system. Each subsequent section divides some of the competitive advantages that Black people have in each industry or segment. The suggested industries and businesses are intended to serve as food for Black minds that are hungry for business opportunities. These suggestions are not intended to serve as business plans, but as examples of the way POWERNOMICS principles can be used to industrialize Black America. The industries presented below are 1, leather production, 2, urban hydroponic farming. And you know, I've been talking about how we can get us a water hydroponic system and stuff, honey, where you'll be having your own lettuce growing over there. Lettuce, whatever your fruit gonna be, and you'll have the water right there in it. And the water is alive because it's a hydroponic system. You're gonna have a pump, some valves, and so the water gonna be live and stuff, and your garden will just grow. I've been trying to work on mine too, but yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but we'll see. It's just a surprise that it was in here about the water operations, and number 4, the sports industry. But yeah, we're gonna start tomorrow with vertically integrated leather industry and see those right there. Because, you know, I was using the example of the hair care stores and stuff, and a spin-off to the hair care stores is, you know, you would go in, I ain't really a fan of hair, buying hair and stuff. I like my hair. I love my hair and stuff, you know. But on the first floor, you will have somebody that's going to wash, blow dry, heat treat, and, you know, they're going to style and curl and cut and trim your hair and stuff. On the second floor, you know, you may have the daycare for your babies and stuff, because, you know, we got to bring them babies with us when we go get our hair done and stuff. You're going to be there a couple hours and stuff, you know, save some money. Come on, you can go to the daycare upstairs and watch Jane Pittman. I'm just saying, you can watch Jane Pittman while I get my hair blow dried and stuff like that. Then on the third floor, you know, you're going to have like a kitchen. And this going to be a vertical integration for your hair store. Soon as you go in there and stuff, that first shop right there going to have all your hair supplies. Your combs, your brushes, you're going to have bergamot hair grease, the green and the blue. You're going to have World of Curls, whatever you use. Yeah, Dark and Lovely going to be up in there too and stuff, but you want to get away from them perms and stuff, because them lies and them perms done gave all of y'all cancer. Everybody, if you've been diagnosed with uterine cancer, or fibroids and stuff like that, go look up them claims, they class action lawsuits and stuff, especially if you know you, because where I'm from, honey, we perm our hair at least every 2-3 months. Damn perm don't even last for 6 months, because you're going to get your hair wet and stuff. You ain't supposed to get your hair wet when you got a perm in your hair and stuff. But so, you know, the healthiest thing to do would be to forego the perms. Get the hell away from the perms and stuff. They ain't even healthy for your hair. Get your split ends trimmed. Trim it yourself in your bathroom mirror and get them dead ends off of your hair. Your hair have a new healthy bounce to it. That's what I did to mine. I just trimmed them ends off of stuff until I can get to sister. Some sister gonna hook me up with my hair and stuff. But until then, I digress. Do it yourself. And then, you know, this vertical empire. And on the top level of that vertical empire, maybe you'll have a library. Maybe you'll have a garden up there. Who knows? It could be you. And that right there is just for the hair care. Now for the daycare, when you go in with your babies and stuff, you know, to the daycare, you need some diapers and stuff. As soon as you go in, there's the grocery store right there. Sister got the daycare. Sister and brother got the daycare. And right there on the side of it, that's where cousin got the little shop at, the little grocery store. Go in there and get some fruits for them babies and stuff, some apples, bananas, baby food that they make homemade, and gone up in there. Yeah, we didn't have no Pampers today. I had to go in there and get some little disposable diapers and stuff, you know. Maybe the daycare got disposable diapers and the washable diapers and stuff. You know, who knows? It's going to be yours. On the second floor of that daycare right there, maybe you got a little small movie theater. Maybe you got a kitchenette for the babies and stuff. You got to feed them 3 times a day while they're there. They do need a snack. I'm just saying, you know, these vertical integrations and stuff in one community, then that's such a fine model. We're going to move it over there to the next community. Yeah, and before you know it, that'll be the model for all of our communities where you know you come to get your hair done, your babies is all right, they being fed and stuff. You know, we all in the same building. You ain't got to go nowhere else when you leave here. You got everything you need in that grocery store where you finna get them apples and them that baby food for them babies and stuff. Go on and get your dish detergent and your TP or whatever you need and stuff out of there. When you leave from there, honey, you can go straight home. It might even have a laundromat in the daycare. You got to wash the baby's clothes and stuff while they're at the daycare. It might even have the laundromat open for customers only. While you in here shopping, yeah, it's just a little bit of small washers. Now, don't get carried away. This is not a full-fledged laundromat. That'll be over on the other side of the, you know, that'll be on the other side of this vertical integration building right here, you know. Yeah, but it just be little small washers and stuff. You maybe can throw a little small half load off in there. You know, it's a shorter cycle because it ain't no heavy clothes like jeans and stuff like that. You know, I'm just saying all of these businesses right here. That's what comes to my mind. But I wanted to talk about I don't think I am. I'm going to get to it and stuff. But, you know, I wanted to bring up about the man. His name was Shane. Darn, I don't have his. But anyway, I looked it up, y'all, and it was some more. His name was Shane. The one that just got caught. They were finna shoot 30 people. Mass shooting in Cincinnati. Shane Hanna. That was his name. That was his last name, Hanna. Well, it was some others like him that was trying to do the same thing. And they were stopped before they could do it. One of them name was Nathan James Henderson. And this was in 2025 too in Texas. This man was arrested. He was arrested under Texas's new terrorism statute. Somebody called in a tip on his ass, y'all. But this man was found with firearms, explosives, and grenades, and yeah, extremist writings. He had bomb making materials and stuff, and yeah, so many things and stuff. And then this Alexander Leitner in Florida. And this year, honey, this man right here he was trying to carry out he was making online threats too, just like this Shane Hanna guy posted that online threat about Cincinnati. That's how his ass got caught up and stuff, because he had been doing it online and stuff. Well, this guy right here, his was online too, and he was talking about a mass shooting, y'all, using accelerationist language, like saints and high score. And I was thinking about, you know, when I was telling you about brother that was trying to be the mediator, the peacekeeper in this pub of white people, what they using languages like that. Oh, it's all right, saint. Yeah, we got this, saint. You know, just little words and stuff that he wouldn't know. They meant something while he's sitting in there. See, it's a code. It's a motherfucking code. Well, anyway, I digress. But anyway, with Alexander Leitner, honey, the FBI found his firearms, ammunition. They found silencers and white supremacist materials and shit like that and stuff, you know. Didn't say that they found no list of his buddies, his cohorts, you know, his like-minded brethren. They never do say that. And then Mark Prieto in Arizona, he was arrested in the spring of last year, y'all. Honey, this man planned a mass shooting in Atlanta. In Atlanta, Georgia, to incite a race war. He was targeting black people, Jewish people, and Muslim people. So I'm like, you know, Kathy and them motherfucking asses got work to do. Don't be running your goddamn ass up here when you know your motherfucking ass need to be out there healing your people and letting your people know, hey, we've done enough. Can we please stop? We have done enough damage and destruction. It's just fucked up to me. I can't do nothing but support cosmic energy and Mother Gaia to go on and mete out the judgment that they see fit, that they see is needed, because too much has been done and accountability must be had. Accountability must be had. You know, the same way that we resonate the anguish and the torture, the trauma that our ancestors endured, so do they of their ancestors. Richard Coleman, 14-year-old Richard Coleman, they were rubbing cayenne pepper in the baby eyes, burned him at the stake. Thousands of white men were there. Hundreds of white women and children. Kids was there. Tom Wilkes, Sam Hope, or Sam Hose, because you know the media would further dehumanize black men and strip them of their identity when they was doing this to this, so we could never find out about them. We could never know their stories. The families wouldn't know where to look. So after Sam Hose, then another reporter reported him as Sam Hope. His name was Tom Wilkes. And, you know, all of them, John Peterson was cussing and praying the whole way to the lynching tree. Yep, he was so enraged at white folks and stuff. You know, he went from cussing to praying to cussing their ass out, telling them, I'll see your ass in hell, you motherfuckers. All of them. Henry Askew, Louise Rice, Will Burt, George Reed, Elijah Clark. 1,500 people were present. John Hartfield, it was 10,000 white people present at John Hartfield's lynching. Yes, the government knew about his lynching. The NAACP knew about his lynching, but couldn't nobody do nothing. Couldn't nobody stop white America just breaking down churches, busting in jails. White folks literally went through the brick walls of them churches to get to the black men, to lynch them. Didn't even know if they were guilty, innocent. It was just hearsay. They didn't even do it. I can't even explain the strength, the lengths that they went to. Who get the strength to break through a brick wall? I mean, literally, you know the bars on the cell? White people broke that whole bar out so they could climb in. Who? Literally, hundreds, thousands. And John Hartfield, white kids were sitting in the tree. They were pissing on John, spitting on him, kicking him, climbing up the tree, kicking him in his face, throwing sticks at him, getting branches and jabbing him in the head and stuff. Pregnant white women at the lynchings. White women pregnant going to all the lynchings and stuff. So tired, can't even hardly walk. Them is your born sinners right there. Them the born sinners. It wasn't our babies. White woman can't even make it. Her ass having goddamn Braxton Hicks. But you finna go watch the lynching. Little kids getting let out of school from all the counties. Every county around. All the schools let out. Train fare free. Get on the train free. Get on the bus free. White folk were riding bicycles. White folk were walking, running in wheelbarrows. Missy, pregnant with the baby right there, having Braxton Hicks, couldn't even make it. Go over there and get that wheelbarrow. Put Missy in that wheelbarrow. Don't run her motherfucking ass back to town where her ass can go to the hospital and have that baby. Roll her ass right on to the lynching. That's where she going. That's where she want to go. Had the baby at the lynching. Oh, crazy ass bullshit that was done to us. That's what you're supposed to forget and forfeit and forgive Black America. All of that. It don't make no sense. And today, judgment is being called. However, you still see white folks living vicariously through how they people is treating our people out there in the world. White folks is. White folks is living vicariously through their people, how they people is doing us. All of these men I just called off their name, white people live vicariously through them. Yes. Yes, white people is living vicariously through every last one of them, honey. I had another one, some man named Muhammad, honey. Way out there in Mankato. I forgot his name is Muhammad Ibn Muhammad, I think. After Mankato, he tried to do it too. He wanted to do a mass shooting or something too. For what and on who? Muhammad. Because first of all, why the hell your ass way out in Mankato? Mankato, you lucky if you even see 30 black people in Mankato that talk to you. You might see 30, but that talk to you. I'm just saying, Muhammad. Muhammad IB, I see his thing and stuff, but his first name and his last name were Muhammad. But why? Why be way out in Mankato trying to plan a mass shooting? And on who? White folk. White folk. I'm just saying, white folks living vicariously through their people, how they people treating us. And if Martin Luther King was here, if Martin Luther King had one last speech for you, Black America, he would have told y'all, he would tell you to judge white America by their culture. Everybody know. Your great grandmama knew that Sabrina like her. Sabrina, yeah, that's her friend. Everybody knows Sabrina is biased towards your ass. Sabrina ain't no threat to you. But Sabrina uncle, Sabrina cousin, Sabrina brother, Sabrina daddy and granddaddy, see. So white people, they live vicariously through their people. That's what they do. I know you didn't know, because hell, I didn't know either. I didn't figure it out until we read the lynchings in Duluth. The lynchings in Duluth. Elias Clayton, Elmer Jackson. Is it Elias Jackson? I think it's Elias Clayton, Elmer Jackson, and Isaac McGee were lynched in Minnesota, in Duluth. Yep. Because Irene Tuscan motherfucking ass and her boyfriend, Jimmy Sullivan, concocted a lie that Irene was assaulted and brutalized and raped by some black men from the carnival. Because they went to the carnival one night. And Irene claimed that she fainted. And Jimmy said that the men held him while they drug Irene in some bushes and did their business with her, had their way with her. However, during the investigation, the questioning, Irene was able to tell them which way the brothers went when they were leaving. But Irene went home that night. Her mama was watching TV, eating an apple. Irene walked in and, yeah, I'm fine, I'm tired, I'm just going to go to bed, and went to bed. Jimmy took his motherfucking ass to work at some overnight meal or something like that, told his daddy the lie, and that's how the fire started. That's where the smoke started fading from and stuff. So when they got in touch with Irene's mother and stuff, of course her ass went along with it and stuff. When she knew wasn't nothing wrong with Irene, the doctors even went along with it. When they examined Irene, they were like, nothing's wrong with this girl. This girl has not been assaulted. If anything, her ass might be a little depressed. But this girl has not been assaulted. But they went along with it. They let 3 black men be lynched. White men busted up in that jail. We might read 100 years of lynching again. I might need to read this periodically throughout the years so that we can never forget the type of people that Kathy strives to be like. But yeah, they wanted to get all 12 of the black men out of the jail. Yep. But they ended up only getting 3. And there was one brother, and I think his name was Anthony. When we read it again, we'll see. And we're going to make some notations in the book this time. And yeah, soon they came in, they knew he was finna fight all their asses and shit. That 10th one might take me down. But 1 through 9, I'm finna kick y'all motherfucking asses. Yeah, soon they came in, he was like, so this what y'all motherfucking ass doing? You know we ain't done nothing. You know we ain't do nothing. So they left him alone and went and got somebody in the next cell. And it might have been Isaac. But Isaac McGee was begging, praying to God. Because see, in Duluth, everybody was thinking they not going to let this happen. This is Minnesota. We would never let nothing like that happen. Not in Minnesota. You're a motherfucking lie. Not in Minnesota. We don't do that kind of shit. But honey, Minnesota, we're looking vicariously, living vicariously, dreaming and hoping and wishing vicariously through the rest of white America. I did the math on it. It was like 10 months, or give or take. It was like 10 months between the race riots, the massacres of 1919, and the lynchings in Duluth. Happened in 1920. Yep, it was like 10 months. And that's because white America was like, yeah, we got to do something. We got to experience it. We need to be able to experience it too, Betty. We want to experience it. Just one time. Just one time. One time. We won't do it. We won't do it again. And so, yeah, they concocted the lie, and everybody allowed it, let it happen. White folks ran out, honey. White folks ran out like money was falling from the sky. A whole bunch of them didn't, though. More white people stayed at home than did the ones that went to the lynchings. But they were still in the thousands. They were in the thousands, honey. Some of them were like, yeah, I can live vicariously. I'll hear about it tomorrow. I don't want that on me. I don't want to have the thoughts and the dreams about it. I'm just staying out of it. It's still living vicariously through it. You still allowed it to happen. You still let it happen. You still didn't address it. You didn't interrupt it. Ain't that what Robert DiAngelo was talking about in White Fragility? Is that, yeah, White Fragility? Y'all, white people, Kathy, you and y'all supposed to interrupt. You supposed to disrupt, dismantle white supremacy / racism. That's what y'all asses supposed to do, since you want to be over here and stuff. But I digress. I'm finna go because hell, we ain't got but like what? Oh, we 2%. Ain't that some shit? But yeah. So fucking what, Kathy? If I want to come on here, hell, that's what I'm here for. I'm not here for your ass. I know it don't make no sense. Let me let people talk to you and stuff and let you know, because you is wrong. You can't come here with all of that bullshit, just hunt down black people that you could try to intimidate and bully. Kathy, that's not pro-life. That's anti-life. Your people have done enough damage, destruction, and devastation. You can go repair any facet of life as we know it. You can go repair the damage they done educationally. The agriculture is fucked up. Go repair that. You can go repair the religious misleadings and misteachings. I mean, it's more than one thing that you can do than steady getting online, coming and find people that's telling the truth. And you can't tell me how to think, how to feel. I'm processing this myself, for me. So when I go out, I ain't gonna tell all of y'all asses you remind me of Carolyn Bryant. But y'all asses that resonate like Carolyn Bryant, oh yeah, I'm gonna let your ass know exactly who you put to mind. Carolyn Bryant. No, I don't want to talk to you. Hell, you look like her. You smell like her. You talk like her. You just resonate. Carolyn Bryant. You can't do those things in life anymore, Kathy. Do you want your little nieces and nephews and your little cousins? Do you want the latest baby born in your life to have judgment because of y'all motherfucking asses? Y'all got judgments because of your ancestors, your clan ancestors. You didn't want to rectify it. You don't want to rectify it. Judgment is on you now. Do you want your little Kathy, the littlest Kathy, do you want judgment to be on her little ass? Because it is. It is. Now, like my mom said, if I can't help you, I ain't going to harm you. I ain't going to hurt you. But you ain't supposed to be here. You got things to work on. Kathy. But yeah, y'all, let's go, because shit, they can't steal our joy. They cannot steal our joy. Fuck them. They know what to do. Kathy been knowing what to do. That's why she seek us out. She probably been over bullying other sisters and brothers and shit, and then just making her rounds and shit. And what's that other one? Morning row or something. That's what they do. But yeah, I got something here for your motherfucking asses. And Khalid, stay on her. Stay on her motherfucking ass. But I love y'all, my people. I love you to life and afterlife. I don't want y'all trapped in this existence no more under white America. You got a life you can live without white America even having to be in it. The next time a white person come over your house and just walk in, tell her to get the fuck out. Tell her motherfucking ass to get the fuck out. Now, you can tell her she can knock and come back in or don't come back. You don't give a damn. But knock when you bring your ass in my house. That's y'all, I don't have them in my house and stuff. But yeah, just keep you some gratitude and keep a song in your heart because, gratitude, it heals you. Let's just run through this real quick because Kathy ass is here. And I know she done tipped some of y'all off and stuff, but don't let it bother y'all because, son, we on the right side. We on the right side of this fight right here. Your ancestors will not be denied, ignored, sacrificed, forfeited any longer for nobody. Not for me, not for you, not for Kathy, not for none of her people, not for this government, for nobody. The ancestors will not be denied and ignored, rejected no more. Now gratitude, y'all, it shields you from negativity. It makes you at least 25% happy. Gratitude. Gratitude rewires your brain, honey. It eliminates stress and it heals you. Gratitude heals you. Your brain, your hypothalamus is a pharmacy. You're a walking pharmacy, brother said. My brother, I was listening to him. He said, you are a walking pharmacy. Gratitude improves your sleep. It boosts self-esteem and your performance, honey. Gratitude enhances the law of attraction. Gratitude improves your relationships, baby. You ain't got to pay a dime or a dollar to nobody motherfucking ass to be grateful. You sure don't. You ain't got to say a sound or a word. You ain't got to do nothing but just be grateful. You can do it to yourself. People don't know why you over there smiling. Yeah, you over there humping on that machine. You all, honey, that machine so quiet and smooth. It sounds like you just took it out of the box. Your gratitude, honey, you making production every hour. Everybody, your co-workers know it too. Oh, look your face over there making production. What's that happening? Yeah, she ain't talking to folks today, is she? She over there working, but she taking her breaks though. But look at her. Yeah, she done hit production 3 times this hour. Yep, gratitude, honey. Gratitude takes you there, Black America. It ain't like that for everybody else. See, everybody else got the other luxuries and comforts. See, that they could just readily go out and buy this and buy that, and and yep, beep, and the bill paid. Beep, the order is on its way and stuff. Yeah, I help you out, and it's just like that with all that superficialness. But gratitude, honey, ain't nothing superficial about gratitude. You better get you some of it. And last but not least, we know I love music, honey. Singing. Your body reacts to singing. It's the vibrations. Why you think white folks is singing to your songs and your music? Done took over every goddamn thing. Show her I want to see their ass try to take over Wu-Tang Clan. Let me see they motherfucking asses try to take over Wu-Tang Clan. Wu Revolution. Let me see it. Let me see that. Because you see them all on the commercials, sliding across the floor in chairs and stuff, honey. Everybody getting up. The song Jerusalem, honey, I love it. It resonates with all of us, honey. That was our song. That was a calling. And how come I looked up the song like 7 years old, but I just heard it like 2 years ago. My babies love it. My babies, they love the kids. They love the kids. I forgot their name and stuff in Africa. But I seen the commercial, y'all, the video. How about the song Jerusalem? Got white men and white women singing on a motherfucking helicopter tarmac. The helicopter in the background. You got nothing but white people. Who never made so? You know how they be saying Jerusalem. That ain't what it's saying and stuff, but white folks done took it over. No, goddamn well, that song is not a calling to them. Always taking something of ours. Somebody go tell, yeah, I was finna say, she go get Jim, Chuck Berry. I'm just saying it don't make no sense. They done took all of your music and used it for them. And they still cannot harness the benefits from our music. Oh, they can get some goodness out of it now. Who wouldn't? Anybody can steal your eggs, goddamn it, and go cook a good meal. Some motherfucking stir-fried eggs or some scrambled eggs or an omelet, boiled eggs, baked eggs. Who the fuck knows? Egg souffle. How your body reacts to singing. Singing joyful or expressive songs can nourish your heart. Honey, it can balance your emotions and uplift your spirit. Yes, singing helps expand the lungs and improves oxygen intake. Singing helps regulate emotions like frustration, anger, and stress right on out of your liver. Your liver is storing it up. Yes, honey, that's why we so frustrated and shit. Because all of this frustration, anger, stress. Then on top of that, you might be mad. You might be hungry. You might be hot. Added with this right here, it's too much. Ain't nobody got no patience. Ain't nobody got no patience. Everybody's irritated, short-tempered and stuff. Let sister know that's what it is. Give us some ways so that we can start chelating this out of our bodies and stuff. We got to. Singing can strengthen kidney energy by fostering vocal expression. Honey, when you singing, baby, your kidneys is too. Your whole body is. Your whole body is music. Music is vibrational. Music is vibrational. Our music has a message to it. And white folks, they want it for themselves and stuff, knowing damn well they can't utilize it like that. They just don't want us to have it. But I'm just saying, I digress. Well, let me get out of here because I'm already 15 minutes past time. But I love you. I love you to life and afterlife. I'm not here to lie to you. I know I'm long-winded when I'm talking about my people. So what? Everybody else is too. The pastor ass is the longest-winded man I ever known in my life. And he ain't even told y'all that you should not go to heaven. At least tell y'all to consider where you want to spend your afterlife and not heaven and hell. Not heaven and hell. So, I feel like, yeah, I'm okay. I ain't that bad off and stuff. At least we are getting some new meat to chew on, some new knowledge here to, to mull over and think about and stuff, because it don't seem right for us to spend our eternity with white folks. And white folks don't even deserve our presence on earth. They don't deserve to be around us no more on earth. Not trustingly. Shit, I'm going here and work here because I work there. But that don't mean our asses is finna be buddy. When we leave work, we going to get a drink. Oh, no, we ain't. When we leave work, I'm taking my ass home without you. We got to get white people out of our lives and stuff and start living our lives for us, with us, because that's where this whole purging is headed to. Mother Gaia is purging white people. Now, your ass can go right along with them if that's what you want. But Mother Earth is rearing up where she's going to be all black again. It's not a fantasy. I'm not lying to you. Just look out and see. You know your Bible front and back. You know your Bible is telling you that Mother Earth is getting back to her natural homeostasis. You weren't never supposed to be with white folks like this anyway. If you had to just stay to yourself, Black America, none of this would be happening now, because we wouldn't be overrun and under white America like we are now. We would still have some focus on ourselves. But since you did mingle, marry, procreated and stuff, you did do that. That's the curse that you are under, white America. White America is the only curse you're under. Yeah, it's true. And for folks telling you, no, the curse is you turn your back on God and stuff. Honey, there's so many gods, Black America, your ass need to call on all of them. The Bible done taught you that God is a jealous God, and you can't call on no other, make statues of no other, and all this and that, honey. White folks is literally done got rid of God out of schools. Churches ain't even being honest about the Bible, telling you that you weren't supposed to procreate, telling you that you're supposed to come out from under them, telling you that, reading between the lines of this Bible right here, we need to reconsider where we're going to spend our ever after at. Who we going to spend our ever after with? It's all lies. So, yeah, you might as well go on and use your common sense. Why so many gods? Call on all of them. If that's the case, because the one we've been calling on, you've been calling on, I don't see much that he done. I don't see much that he done. You need to call on all of the gods, because you're calling on a cat, but you need a dog. Black America, you need a dog. I'm not being disrespectful and rude about your higher power, because your higher power was very well my mother's higher power too. And if my mother was here too, I would be telling her the same thing. Mama, no, that ain't right here. Let me give you, here goes some Krishna. Here goes some Zoroaster. Here goes some Tamun, Dionysus. Here, get you a hold of a little Horus. I'm just saying, and then there's Ptah and Anubis, Osiris. It's so much we don't even know about, Black America. Now you must know. You ain't got no excuse not to know. Even if you don't do an ounce or a page of research, you at least know where's the justice for Black America. Where's the justice for black people in heaven? You can at least ask yourself that. Think about it to yourself. When we come back together again, let me know. Maybe you're going to tell me, face, white folks can't even go to heaven. White folks' asses is in hell. Maybe that's what you're going to say. I don't think so, because, white folks invented heaven. But whatever you decide and stuff, it's your decision. That's your truth. You got to live in it. You got to deal with it. People telling you to go to heaven for eternity, so you don't go to hell. How about don't go to heaven or hell? Go to the afterlife. You're a black person. You are manifested cosmic energy. You, cosmic energy manifested as you, a black man and a black woman, not the white woman. Kathy motherfucking ass is not cosmic energy. Kathy ass is motherfucking Adam and Eve. That's Kathy's beginning. That's not our beginning. I don't even have a beginning. White folk can't tell me when my beginning was. They don't know when cosmic energy first became. It first was. They don't even know how many multiverses is out there. It's infinite. Infinity. The number 8. So they can't tell me nothing about me. And they can't tell you nothing about you. You just listening to them. Start thinking for yourself. Cosmic energy wanted to experience life on Earth. So I don't know if it was a shooting star came down and hit the planet. Maybe it was a rainbow touched the planet. A rainbow got 2 sides. Maybe it touched down on black Africa and it touched down on black America. I don't know. Because in the beginning, it wasn't even no name and no sounds. It wasn't. The only sound you hear was, stars and black holes and stuff like that. That was the only sound, but it wasn't no letters and stuff like that. But I just said all that to say that our beginning is not white America's beginning. No. So the same way that rainbow rolls back into the skies and stuff is the same way we will rise back into cosmic energy, into the ethers again. White America can't do that. I don't know. Maybe that's why they want your ass to go to heaven with them. But I ain't going. That's for sure. Yep. But I love y'all, and peace and power to the people. Let's go enjoy. It's a beautiful day. If some trees talk to you, let me know.